Till now we have studied about the history of cell, that how Robert Hooke, Leeuwenhoek discovered cell. Now we are going to talk about the classification of cells, that how we group cells. On the basis of functions, on the basis of structure, we are going to talk about different types of cells. Then we are talking about, we have unicellular living beings like amoeba, paramecium, bacteria, chlamydomonas, trypanosoma, or multicellular living beings like plants, animals, fungi. So all these things we are going to talk, which is going to make the things more interesting, my dear friends. Now, depending upon the number of cells, living beings can be classified into unicellular and multicellular. Unicellular, you have chlamydomonas, amoeba, paramecium, euglena. So these are all unicellular, independently living organisms. For example, we will be classifying chlamydomonas into algae. All these are protozoans. Then we have bacteria, which is also single cell. Then we have animals, plants, fungi. Penicillium is fungi. They are multicellular living beings. Now, depending upon the cell shape, it is related to functions. What function a cell is performing? For example, neuron. Neuron is a cell which is about 100 micron long. It is the longest cell. For example, in my body, right from my brain to the tip of my feet, there can be one neuron running. It is one of the longest cells, and it will help in control and coordination. Then we have blood cells like RBCs, WBCs, which are amoeboid shape. We have sperm cells which have flagella because they have to swim into the female genital tract. We have skin cells which appear flat, squamous. Spindle shaped muscle cells, these are smooth muscles. So depending upon the functions, this shape of cell varies. Some of the cells, example amoeba and leukocytes, exhibit change in their shape because they have pseudopodia like this. Sometimes it appears like this, sometimes it appears like this. So they don't have any fixed shape. So it is amoeba and leukocyte. Leukocyte means WBCs of our body, which help in immunity, which help to resist diseases, to fight diseases. They are all amoeboid in nature, that is, they have pseudopodia, false feet for locomotion. Then we have polygonal cells of liver, spherical cells, elongated nerve cells, spindle shaped smooth cells as the diagram is given, cuboidal germ cells. Then we have discoidal RBCs. So depending upon the functions, the shape varies from cell to cell. Cell size. The range of prokaryotic cell, prokaryotic I'll tell you, just give me another 5 minutes, is 1 to 10 micrometer, while eukaryotic cell is 1 to 100 micrometer. 1 micrometer is equal to 10 raised to the power minus 6 meter. So you can imagine that how small a cell can be. Smallest cell is mycoplasma, which is only 0.1 micrometer. Largest cell, ostrich egg. Can you believe it? It is 13 to 17 centimeter in dia. 13 to 17 centimeter, approximately 5 plus inches. So you can very well imagine that how large this ostrich egg is. It is single cell, full of yolk. Like you have hen's egg, that is also single cell. Ostrich egg is also single cell. Longest animal cell is nerve cell, as I have already written, approximately 100 micrometer long. Then we have this range, typical prokaryote 1 to 10 micrometer, eukaryote 10 to 100 micrometer. I'll come to what is prokaryote, eukaryote. Just give me another 5 minutes. Now, this is how we distinguish between prokaryote and eukaryote. Pro means before, karyos means nucleus, U means true, karyos means nucleus. Karyology is study of nucleus. Actually, if you just watch this bacteria, it has a circular DNA and it is not enclosed in the nuclear membrane. So it is known as prokaryote, before nucleus came. So this DNA is naked DNA. It is also known as nucleoid. It is also known as genophore. Various names are given, but the DNA is naked here. So this word has to be understood. That's why we call them as prokaryotes. Before nucleus, this term is must. Actually, what has happened, in the course of evolution, first prokaryotes came, in which DNA was naked. मान लीजिए अब नेचर को पता चला कि यार डीएनए इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग, इट्स अ जेनेटिक मटेरियल, तो ग्रेजुअली नेचर ने उस डीएनए को एक न्यूक्लियर शीथ के अंदर इंक्लोज कर दिया. फ्रॉम हियर इज वेयर द कंसेप्ट ऑफ यूकैरियोट्स केम. मान लो कि मैं आपको 1 करोड़ का हार दे देता हूं और आप एक गांव में रह रहे हो. मैं आपको कहता हूं वो हार उतार के सोना है. कितने करोड़ का हार दिया मैंने आपको? 1 करोड़ का. वो गांव में सिंपल सा हाउस है, सिंगल रूम है. आपसे पूछता हूं मैं कहाँ, बेडरूम कहाँ है? आप कहते हो ये चारपाई बिछी है, बैठ जा. वेयर इज़ योर ड्राइंग रूम? आप कहते हैं गद्दा लगा देता हूँ, ये सोफ़ा बन जाएगा, बैठ जा. वेयर इज़ किचन? वो साइड पे गैस जल रही है, वो किचन है. सिंगल रूम है, सिंपल हाउस है. मैंने कहा कि आपको कि वो हार उतार के सोना है. आपने क्या किया? एक शेल्फ थी रूम में, उधर हार उतार के आप सो गए. बट वो ही हार मैं एक बच्चे को देता हूं जो कि एक मेट्रोपॉलिटन सिटी में रह रहा है, लेट्स से दिल्ली, चंडीगढ़, कलकत्ता. तो वो एक सोफिस्टिकेटेड हाउस में रह रहा है. तो उस बच्चे को जो मैंने हार दिया 1 करोड़ का, वो क्या करेगा? सोने से पहले जाएगा अपने बेडरूम में. अंदर ड्रेसिंग रूम होगा, ड्रेसिंग रूम के अंदर एक गॉडरेज की अलमीरा होगी, उसके अंदर एक लॉकर होगा. उस लॉकर में वो हार को लॉक करके सोएगा. दिस इज हाउ व्हाट हैपेंड इन द कोर्स ऑफ एवोल्यूशन. नेचर को पता चला यार ये डीएनए तो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज़ है, इससे तो आगे लाइफ बढ़नी है, इसको बचाओ. तो उसको एक कवर दे दिया न्यूक्लियस का, न्यूक्लियर मेम्ब्रेन का. फ्रॉम देयर केम द कंसेप्ट ऑफ यूकैरियोट्स, ट्रू न्यूक्लियस. सो फर्स्ट केम प्रोकैरियोट्स, देन केम यूकैरियोट्स. और शुरू में इन यूकैरियोट्स में कोई सेल ऑर्गेनेल नहीं था एक्सेप्ट फॉर राइबोसोम्स. और वो राइबोसोम 70S थे. ये 70S क्या है? एक स्वेटबर्ग यूनिट होता है. जिसे सेडिमेंटेशन कॉफिशिएंट भी कहते हैं. ये आप थोड़ा आगे जाके हम समझेंगे कि 70S क्या है. Here we generally have 80S. 70S ribosomes will be in mitochondria and chloroplasts. So gradually we'll come to it. But for the time being, I'll cut this portion and say generally eukaryotes have 80S ribosomes and they have 70S ribosomes. अभी बच्चों आप ये समझो कि 70S लाइट राइबोसोम्स हैं, हल्के हैं, और 80S थोड़ी हैवी राइबोसोम्स हैं. ये मेन डिफरेंस है. फिर अ ट्रू न्यूक्लियस इज एब्सेंट, जैसे मैंने बोला. मेम्ब्रेन बाउंड ऑर्गेनेलीज आर एब्सेंट. जैसे आपने लोअर क्लासेस में पढ़ा होगा, माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया, क्लोरोप्लास्ट, गोल्जी बॉडीज, एंडोप्लाज्मिक रेटिकुलम, ये सारा कुछ एब्सेंट है. इनमें सिर्फ है तो क्या, सिर्फ राइबोसोम्स. इनमें ट्रू न्यूक्लियस इज प्रेजेंट. मेम्ब्रेन बाउंड ऑर्गेनेलीज लाइक क्लोरोप्लास्ट इन प्लांट सेल्स, गोल्जी बॉडीज इन एनिमल सेल्स, endoplasmic reticulum in both cells. These are all membrane bound cell organelles. Mitochondria is there, which is double membrane bound cell organelle. So gradually compartmentalization has happened. Cell organelles came later on in eukaryotes. So prokaryotes are primitive cells. मैं आपसे ही बोलता हूँ, Mycobacterium tuberculosis causes tuberculosis. Mycobacterium leprae causes leprosy. Clostridium tetani causes tetanus. Clostridium botulinum causes food poisoning. तो आप कहते हो सर ये है तो सारे बैक्टीरिया ही, एंड दे हैव टू बी कैटेगराइज्ड अंडर प्रोकैरियोट्स. तो कितना सिंपल काम हो जाता है. कितने डिफिकल्ट नेम ले रहे हैं. आप कह रहे हो कि सर छोड़िए इतने नाम को, पहले ये बताइए कि ये सारे तो है प्रोकैरियोट्स. वेरी राइट. उसके बाद ग्रेजुअली प्रोटोजोन्स आए, अमीबा, पैरामीशियम, फिर मल्टीसेलुलर लिविंग बींग्स आए, एनिमल्स लाइक हाइड्रा, स्पॉन्जेस, अर्थवॉर्म, टिल ह्यूमन बींग्स. फिर प्लांट्स आए, स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम एल्गी, ब्रायोफाइट्स, रीडोफाइट्स, जिम्नोस्पर्म, एंजियोस्पर्म. ये सारे मल्टीसेलुलर लिविंग बींग्स जो हैं यूकैरियोटिक हैं. तो वो सीखेंगे हम 5 किंगडम क्लासिफिकेशन में. बट अभी तो सिर्फ डिफरेंस देखना है कि प्रोकैरियोट्स में न्यूक्लियस नहीं होता और यूकैरियोट्स में न्यूक्लियस होता है. प्रोकैरियोट्स में न्यूक्लियस का नाम न्यूक्लियोइड रख दिया, जीनोफोर रख दिया, इंसिपिएंट न्यूक्लियस रख दिया, नेकेड डीएनए है, इसमें 70S राइबोसोम है और सेल ऑर्गेनेली कोई नहीं है. इसमें 80S राइबोसोम है, मेम्ब्रेन बाउंड ऑर्गेनेली हैं, ट्रू न्यूक्लियस है. तो दिस इज डिफरेंस बिटवीन प्रोकैरियोट एंड यूकैरियोट. ये एक वेन डायग्राम से हम कॉमन चीज़ें देख रहे हैं कि चाहे वो प्रोकैरियोट है चाहे यूकैरियोट है, सेल मेम्ब्रेन कॉमन है, साइटोप्लाज्म सब में है, राइबोसोम सब में है. इधर न्यूक्लियस नहीं है, इधर न्यूक्लियस है. मेम्ब्रेन बाउंड ऑर्गेनेलीज हैं, इधर मेम्ब्रेन बाउंड ऑर्गेनेलीज नहीं है. सो दिस ब्यूटिफुल पिक्चर इज डिपिक्टिंग द डिफरेंस बिटवीन प्रोकैरियोट एंड यूकैरियोटिक सेल्स in a type of Venn diagram. I hope things are clear. This is a animation which is showing that eukaryotes have nucleus, and this eukaryotic cell is looking at prokaryotic cell which is feeling sorry. I don't have nucleus. What should I do? Don't worry, you have naked DNA, you can work with that, no problem, and your primitive cell. So they are talking to each other, they are laughing at each other, mocking at each other. These are 3 features present in every cell: plasma membrane, which is also known as cell membrane, which is also known as plasma lemma. This is universally present in all cells. Composition we'll say later on. Whatever is inside the cell, we call it as protoplasm. This protoplasm, as we talked in last lecture, this term was coined by J. Purkinje, and it can be divided into 2 parts: nucleus bound with the membrane, and this whole is cytoplasm containing cell organelles like mitochondria, like endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi bodies. So these are all different cell organelles. Mitochondria is there, Golgi bodies are there. But they can vary from cell to cell. But these things are common, that is, every cell has plasma membrane, cytoplasm and nucleus. Hope I am very clear. Let's now check your knowledge, that how much we have understood, my dear friends, my dear kids. The undefined nuclear region of prokaryote is also known as nucleus, no. Nucleolus, no. Nucleic acid, no. Nucleoid, yes. Naked DNA, genophore. Protoplasm excluding nucleus is called, I told you in the slide, protoplasm consists of two things, cytoplasm and nucleus. So it is saying excluding nucleus. So what is left is cytoplasm. Largest cell, ostrich egg. Do you remember the size? 13 to 17 centimeter. Mycoplasma was smallest, 0.1 micron. The given figure shows long and branch cell. Which of the following statement is correct? It is a muscle cell? No. Muscle cell, I have shown you spindle shape as far as my slides are concerned. It is a neuron which conducts messages between body. Very right. This is correct statement. Shape of cell depends upon its function. This is also correct. More than one statement is correct. So answer will be more than one statement is correct, because shape of cell also depends upon function. Muscle cell was spindle shaped. Leukocytes were amoeboid because they have to phagocytose, they have to eat the germs. Neuron was very long because it has to communicate from brain to various parts of the body. Which of the following statement is correct for cell size? Size of organism depends upon the size of cell. Small size of cell ensures larger surface area. Size of cell is measured in micrometers. So, size of an organism depends upon the size of cell. This is not a true statement. Why? Because I am so big, but my cell is in micrometer. So it is not that the size of an organism will depend upon the size of cell. No. Small size of cell ensures larger surface area. This is true. Size of cell is measured in micrometers. This is also true. So both B and C are correct statements. So this is what we had for this slide.